So the question is, do we really want to embrace this opportunity and come up with collaborative, innovative solution to serve our city and close the equity gap, including housing, employment, economic and criminal justice? Or do we want to bring in the political game of power and privilege and control other councils? The choice is ours. Now let me tell you about me and why I'm running to be the council president. For the last 33 years, I have lived in Madison raising my 4 children and becoming an active community member and a leader. I strive to give back to the community and the city I call home with endless opportunities. For the past 30 months, I have been privileged to serve District 7 at the Madison Common Council. It has been a great experience, yet a challenging serving my constituents, communities, and the city of Madison in a meaningful and profound way. I have also great admiration and appreciation for the city staff, for their commitment and expertise in serving our city and communities. We all know this is not an easy task that is entrusted on us. Yet, day in, day out, we are here to serve our community and this beautiful city we all call home. I want to especially thank our Common Council staff, as I know it has not been easy dealing with 20 different alders with different personalities, needs, priorities, and deadlines. I appreciate all of your work, efforts, and patience. It's with this in mind that I'm running for this position. The Madison Common Council needs a leader who is committed to creating a vision and values for the Common Council and set proactive, transparent, and equitable policy to make Madison the best city for everyone, not just the privileged. With my education background as an MBA holder, professional background and founder of Empathy for Equity LLC, background in community engagement, I'm excited to bring meaningful values to my colleagues at the Madison Common Council to make a proactive impact in the community. That is, what is our purpose? Why are we here? Why are we serving this community, our district, our constituents? Additionally, my background as an immigrant, Black Muslim woman, has prepared me to understand a diverse number of issues and bring equitable solutions to the problem, big or small. It's a privilege to be at the Madison Common Council, and with that privilege comes with responsibility. I know serving as a president of the Common Council is not an easy task and will require a lot of time, dedication, collaboration, transparency, accountability, and patience. My experience in community and coalition building and empathy training to transform workplace culture, I believe I will serve an effective leader to the Madison Common Council. For the Common Council, I see as an institution. I will be a leader who will inspire and transform the Common Council culture to an environment that's more welcoming, collaborative, and transparent, so that the council members can work together to provide meaningful change for their constituents. With my professional background transforming workplace culture, I use empathy and wheel of change model, heart and mind, behavior, and structure. The wheel of change is a simple yet profound model for true systemic change, building us in an integrated way to shift our inner experience, our action and external reality, a roadmap of transformation. My consulting approach is guided by the quote by Nelson Mandela: "One of the most difficult things is not to change society, but to change oneself or us." Therefore, the focus is changing individuals, how we can change our own self, reflecting. With the heart and mind, changing our thoughts and feelings, the idea of perceptions, beliefs that shape our experience. I'm sure you have heard so many perceptions about others as you're become to this new office. And with behavior, changing is our choice and habits, the norm and unspoken agreement by which we interact with each other, with the structure changing an external system in which we believe we live in and work, the hierarchies, processes, practices, and culture of our organization, communities, and societies. We need to proactively learn and educate ourselves about the true dynamics of the politics involved, the progressive narratives, and the issues that really matters to our communities and the city, and use that knowledge to bridge these gaps between people. A policymaker, we need to inspire our community with our collective, collaborative, transparent policymaking. For the staff, we need to empower them for their work and provide an environment of respect and learning. We have the opportunity to work together across our many differences in order to make the city better for everyone and not just a few. As for racial equity and social justice, as it relates to the city of Madison, that's the buzzword we always use. As a leader at the council, it's important we understand the issue of power and the privilege within ourselves and within our community, within our institutions and the system. For the last year, I had the privilege of serving as the President Work Group on Racial Justice, Equity, and Anti-Racism as the chair of the President Work Group. This really opened my eyes to the amount of work needed when it comes to equity. Because of our action do not directly align with our mission and goals, we need to take racial equity and social justice very seriously by intentionally changing our government culture, policies, and practice. Madison Common Council is very privileged to have the most diverse council members in the nation. We have opportunities to educate and learn from each other and engage our communities on how the city government works, including the budget, serving on BCCs, and providing that little service that they need, desperately need. In order to increase public participation, I learned we need to communicate with our constituents and create a long-lasting partnership. With that in mind, I believe I have the experience, the understanding, the passion to bring the transformational change to the Common Council. Equity and social justice are an integral part of our work. As your president, I will be inclusive. At last, inclusive in who serves at the CCEC. Last leadership deprived some of us to serve on the CCEC, and only similar people who have the same point of view were appointed at the CCEC. We need diversity of knowledge. There is the quality, that's the quality I'll bring to the Common Council. Additionally, I'll bring partnership, developing strategic partnership to sustain relationship that leads to trust. The constituents need to trust us. Our staff needs to trust us. We need to trust each other. So those are the kind of partnership I'm talking about. Empathy. Our human capacity for empathy cultivates authentic and meaningful relationships and empower collaborations. Social change, a commitment to understanding the issues of power and privilege within us and within our communities and within our institutions and society in the system. On a personal level, for some of you, some of my colleagues who do not have opportunity to get to know me, I know I have reached out to each and every one of you who are sitting, who are newly elected. Let me tell you about myself. I'm a very competitive person in nature, and I do not compete with others, but I compete with myself. As an immigrant, that's how I learned, is just do the best you can. I like empowering others instead of overpowering them. My gift is loving people. My strength is bringing people together. My passion is serving others. Whether elected as the president of the Madison Common Council or not, I will continue to be a servant leader at the council level and the city. I want to leave with you this words or statement, and it's more, since we are the most, it's unprecedented intersection of diversity, I want you to be mindful of when we are coming to this space. And this is how it reads. There is difference between assimilation, limited in, there's a difference in between assimilation, limited inclusions and belonging. Assimilation says, be like us and leave part of you behind. Limited inclusion says, be part of us and bring some uniqueness, but not too much of you. Belonging says, you belong here. There's a better, it's better because you are here and you are free to take up the space. Sometimes people make judgment when someone speaks and when someone makes a comment. And I just want you to remember that since we are very diverse and each one of us bring different perspective, think of the belonging that we bring to this council. If someone speaks 5 minutes, if someone speaks 2 minutes, let them be who they are and let them say what they have to say. And finally, I want to leave with the one quote of Mahatma Gandhi. Civility does not mean the mere outward gentleness of speech, cultivated for the occasion, but the uninborn gentleness and desire to do the opponent good. Thank you.
Thank you, Alder. We have 2 nominations for Council President. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations for Council President? Seeing none, I will declare nominations closed. We have 2 nominations, Alder Curry and Alder Wahilahe, and I will invite the clerk to begin the process.
We have 10 votes for Alder Curry, 9 votes for Alder Wehelia, and 1 no vote.
Requires 11 votes to elect a council president, so we'll move to a second ballot.
One check. I got you. The vote is 11 votes for Alder Curry, 8 votes for Alder Wehelia, and 1 abstention.
Congratulations, Alder Curry. Right, we'll move on to item 9, which is Legistar 77316, election of the Common Council Vice President. Are there any nominations? Alder Madison.
I would like to nominate Alder Figueroa Cole for Vice President.
Is there a second? Nominated by Alder Madison, seconded by Alder Bennett. Alder Figueroa Cole, Alder Madison, would you like to speak to the nomination?
Yes. I am nominating Alder Figueroa Cole for Common Council Vice President. As a longtime member of this community, Figueroa Cole has demonstrated a deep commitment to serving our city and its residents. Even prior to my joining the Common Council, I have witnessed her showing up as an active, and I mean absolutely active participant in local politics and community organizations, working tirelessly to advocate for policies that benefit all members of our community. Through her dedication and leadership, both on and off council, she has shown a keen ability to build consensus and bring people together from diverse backgrounds and perspectives. As we face numerous challenges in our city, from economic struggles to social inequality, we need a leader who will continue to guide us towards meaningful solutions. Alder Figueroa Cole has the vision, the experience, and more importantly, combined the skill set necessary to work in partnership with each of us making up this body on the Common Council to continue fostering a collaborative and well-informed Common Council. She has consistently demonstrated her ability to listen to others, to work collaboratively, and lead with integrity. Her leadership style is inclusive and focused on finding practical solutions that address the needs of our community overall. As a member of the Common Council, I am confident that she will continue to serve our city with distinction and work towards building a stronger, more equitable future for each of us and the rest of our constituents. So therefore, I strongly encourage each of you to endorse Alder Figueroa Cole for the position of Common Council Vice President, and just urge you again to please support her leadership, her continued leadership. So, thank you.
Thank you, Alder Madison. Alder Figueroa Cole, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Would you like to speak to it?
Sure. I'll keep this very short. So welcome to the new Alders, and thank you to former President Furman for your support and friendship these past 2 years. Thank you, President Curry, for taking the initiative to run for council president and continue to reinforce that we are all in leadership positions and collectively we can significantly impact residents' lives. When Alder Curry ran for VP on the last term, she offered to focus on improving infrastructure and processes to better the onboarding experience, provide guidance and resources for elders, bring back the mentor program, and create a code of conduct guidelines. Under her leadership and as a combined body, the CCEC put forward each of these efforts. Because of these reasons and more, it will be my privilege to serve alongside President Curry to continue bringing innovative ways to support council's operations and processes. When I started my term 2 years ago, we were still under a pandemic and the council office was understaffed. I connected with each agency, former elders, and new colleagues for direct support. These inefficiencies added extra stress to an already stressful job. As a business analyst, it was natural for me to document processes and share them with other elders and the public via city blog and emails. I share primary website navigation, how to use Legistar, create a service request, explain major street projects, and share taxes and budget information in an easier to process way. Some of these processes can be found in your new Alders onboarding tools today. For this term of new Alders, I look forward to continue to use my business analyst and analytical skills and the wealth of policy information I have picked up these past 2 years to empower each of you to master your way around the city and council processes. The better you understand how the council works, the more effective and impactful your work will be. With the new council staff in place, we can increase community engagement and council training, and we can be more intentional in communicating complex issues in an easier to digest way. I'm asking for your support as council vice president to continue to build and to improve on the work we have accomplished this past year. Thank you.
Thank you, Alder. Are there any other nominations for council vice president? Alder Tischler.
I'd like to nominate Alder Wahili.
Is there a second? It's nominated by Alder Tischler, seconded by Alder Harrington McKinney. Alder Tischler, would you like to speak to the nomination?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, as we saw in the way the votes, this could really have gone either direction. When I joined the council, 11 months ago, we were meeting entirely online. I found a council that was pretty divided, and it was a very challenging environment as a new alder. One of the things I will say is, one alder who helped me out quite a bit in those early months was Alder Curry. She volunteered not only to be my mentor, but she stuck with me and took a lot of time talking with me, helping me out, even though we disagreed on several issues. But she was really a mentor and a guide. But I also had another individual who also kind of served that same role, and that's why I'm nominating Alder Wahili. She's a person who I learned to count on for her wisdom, knowledge of city politics, and I was fortunate to have two individuals who really helped me in the early months and really up until even recently. So I really think I had the best of both worlds, and I think the two of them together would make an excellent combination, and it's something that I think our council needs as we go forward. So, thank you.
Thank you, Alder. Alder Wahili, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, Madam Mayor.
Would you like to speak?
No, I already spoke.
Thank you,
So,
Alder.
Yes, so I think I spoke, and one thing I want to add is, the last council leadership has been one way, and, representation, transparency, and accountability is something that really matters, and working with the mayor's office, the council as an institution, and bringing the new staff and the new alders together in a more profound way. So I think that I'll bring that opportunity to working with President Curry.
Thank you, Alder. We have two nominations for Council Vice President. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations for Council Vice President? Seeing none, I will close nominations. We have two nominations, Alder Figueroa Cole, Alder Wahili, and I will ask the clerk to please distribute the ballots.
The vote is 11 votes for Alder Figueroa Cole and 9 votes for Alder Wehelia.
Congratulations, Council Vice President Figueroa Cole. That brings us to the end of this afternoon's agenda. Council President Curry, a motion to recess until tonight at 6:30 p.m.?
Move to recess until tonight at 6:30 p.m.
Moved and seconded to recess at 6:30 p.m. Is there any objection to recording unanimous vote in favor? Seeing no objection, we are recessed until 6:30 p.m. We'll see you tonight. Please sign your oath of office.